Here we are, once again, another week, another episode. This is the Best of Both Worlds of Wrestling podcast. I am Chris.
And I'm Khalil. And this is our 25th episode, yo. So congrats to you. Congrats to me.
Word. 25
dedicated
deep.
enough to make it a quarter of a way of 100.
Yeah. And it's tricky with scheduling and things and life happening. It's tough, but we did it.
Yeah, this is officially the longest podcast I've been a part of. It was actually officially that 15 episodes ago, but still bears mentioning.
Yeah. You got to grind it out in this space, in this realm.
Labor of love, though, because this is the most exciting time to be a professional wrestling fan, as I continue to say.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get into some of that excitement right now.
Yes.
We recorded last week, I believe last Thursday, the day of the big Super Bowl press conference.
Mm-hmm.
And we had no idea what to really expect. Although there were hints of it in the Pat McAfee show earlier that day from The Rock and starting the whole Cody crybabies situation.
Oh, yeah.
Which was very funny. That was very vintage Rock.
Listen, Rock and the catchphrases, man.
Yeah, you wanna, honey, come to bed. Not now. We got to finish the story. That was really funny. Like, I probably said this in succession over the last few weeks. I miss The Rock being like The Rock, like the character.
Yeah, instead of Dwayne Johnson.
Yes. So now he's just doing now he's talking in the third person more. Like, this is what we love. You know what I mean? So
Streets wanted it.
What are your reactions to the press conference now that we've seen it? It's all settled. Everyone else has talked about it. What do you think watching it?
I was at work, so I was trying to follow it via social media. But when SmackDown happened initially with Cody bringing The Rock out and The Rock saying, "I want Roman," I was wondering, I'm like, is there going to be enough external pressure for them to pivot back and do what's right, what the fans need, what the fans want, what should have been done from the beginning? And they did it, and I like the way they did it too. They didn't make it a thing where like, oh, like they acknowledged the fans wanting Cody to be a part to finish his story, but it wasn't like the way the Yes Movement basically hijacked the main event story, whatever. I can't remember what was going on at the time, but I just remember that. But Batista winning the Rumble, people
it was
lost
way more
their
blatant.
minds.
It was way more blatant. Mm-hmm. I think there's similarities with the two because you believe it's a pivot, right? So we get that on record, right? You think this was a pivot, right?
Yeah, like I don't think, like people saying this was the plan all along. I don't know if it is, but just because of the way it happened. I mean, if it is, it's brilliant, supremely brilliant. But I do think there was a hint of The Rock panicking once Punk got hurt and thinking they needed more star power. But I think they realized the way they did it was wrong. And the way it should have been done was the way it is now with Rock teaming with Roman. And then you could build a dissension between The Rock and Roman down the line and then let them have their match later. But I don't know if I fully believe this was the plan all along.
So if Punk stayed healthy, you think that somehow Cody would have still gave up his spot, whatever that meant?
No, well, if Punk stayed healthy, I think they would have just leaned all the way into Punk. They would put Punk in Elimination Chamber, have him win Elimination Chamber, and then lean into Punk versus Rollins, and then Roman. And
that's what I thought. But
yeah, and then
but
I
Cody
think
still
Cody
won the Rumble.
Yeah, I think Cody was always going to call out Roman, and then like I figured Cody was going to call out Roman, then whoever faced Seth would get that match via the Chamber, whether it was Punk or Drew or anyone else.
So you didn't think The Rock would be involved until Punk got hurt?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
Okay, so I tend to believe that The Rock was always going to find a way to be involved in something.
Mm-hmm.
or else I don't know why you coming back talking about do I want to be at the head of the table and all this other shit. Keep
That's
it to
true.
yourself if you're
That's
not helping
true.
the situation. That's how I kind of feel.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
yeah, I do think it was a pivot in regards to babyface or heel.
oh yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
that, what I would never I don't understand Cody giving up his spot. Maybe that would have been justified or explained in other weeks if we gave it a chance.
yeah. Hmm.
But the fact that he gave up a spot and seemingly The Rock was taking said spot, that is what reeks of the Yes movement thing.
Yeah, yeah,
That was like, wait, and that is exactly
yeah,
what snapped it off. The beauty in it, I feel like it took the W that back then a few weeks to do this thing where they started talking about Danny Bryan's a B+ player.
hmm,
Every week you're a B+, you're a B+. In this case, they're like, nah, let us make something of this press conference. The world is watching.
hmm.
There's nothing else really to do in Vegas during the day.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you've ever been to Vegas,
Honestly,
you
you're just
hang out, you
walking up and
drink.
down the strip,
There's nothing to do in Las Vegas. They're starting to
eating.
put stuff there now. Now they got a
Yeah,
football team. Now they're gonna do da da da. But there's nothing to really to do until the nighttime.
yeah,
So let's do this press conference, right? And they stayed quiet for the days after that segment, and we got the press conference, which I thought, again, I'm getting what I want. I wanted Punk
yeah,
to come back. On the record, he's back, and he did the pre-show for the press conference.
yeah,
I wanted The Rock to be a bad guy, and this might be heel Rock on steroids because he can't really be the coward heel in this situation like he
yeah,
was as Hollywood Rock.
yeah,
He has to be sort of like he could still be a little bit of that gravitas, but he has to kind of be abuse of power, egotistical, type of Rock. And so I'm hoping they're gonna be on SmackDown later. I'm gonna be home later on, and I'm gonna be switching between that and All Star Friday night and whatever. And I hope they give him back his old song, but
yes. We need
I
to see the
might be asking for too
helicopters.
much. I might be asking for too much. But if they ever dare do that, the people will boo so hard on that. Oh,
I don't. They'll cheer first because they'll be happy to hear that, and then they'll boo, realizing, all right, it's time.
I'm gonna tell you something. I went by my brother's brother-in-law usually has stuff for Super Bowl at
Hmm.
his crib, and I'll go there. He has a son. His son was born maybe in like '99, right?
Okay.
Dude went to the Navy, came back, yada yada. So he's chilling right now. He just got back a couple weeks ago, and so he keeps up with wrestling. Has always kept up with wrestling. So he's like, "Yo, what do you think about the commercials and the press conference?" I'm like, "I
Hmm.
love it." And he's The Rock is bad, da da da. And I said, "You know what? It just hit me. I don't think you've ever seen The Rock as a bad guy." Like in your
Yeah,
whole life, you were
you
too
were
young
born
to
in the midst
see.
of his heel run.
You feel me? And like by '03, you probably
Hmm.
you still wasn't grasping what was happening.
Hmm.
And he only had that Hollywood Rock for like 3 months, 4 months, bam bam, and it was
Yeah,
gone. So I said, man, so you don't even understand how special this is, man. But just enjoy it. That's all I said. Just enjoy it. And I said, wow, yo, that's how long these careers be spanning and the shapes that these careers take.
hmm,
Um, so yeah, I enjoyed the press conference. The slap was cool. Everything really crescendoed real nice. The
yes,
backstage
yes,
shit talking with Triple H,
yeah. The
it really
fucking
felt different from things we felt in decades. It felt
yeah,
like some old shit, and I
yeah.
and I appreciated that.
Like that big epic show, and it's not even WrestleMania. It was still weeks away from WrestleMania, and they brought that aura to us early.
There's a PLE before WrestleMania, man.
Hmm.
We not even.
Yeah, anybody really focusing on that? But
It's gonna be a trip.
I love the family tree being put up.
Yeah, ain't that
Um,
the shoot family tree because they put Trinity Fatu on that joint.
yeah, yeah, and
You
it's
know,
funny because they have. So I don't know if he's Roman's brother or if he's a cousin, but
Jacob, right?
Jacob, yeah, Jacob. I think he
Yep.
just recently became a free agent, so we'll
Hmm.
see. We'll see. Um, I'm sure WWE has their feelers out for him. either. But we'll see if he, bumps around the Indies for a bit before he jumps in. But it'd be funny if he made his debut at Mania. If they kept that signing just strictly on the low. But then
They
people
should.
might get tired. It's another family member coming out to help Roman if he retains.
Roman can't retain this time. The people will
No,
riot,
he has
bro.
to lose. I think the internet's been
The
saying they
people
want it
will
to be
riot.
like they want, as people interfere to help Roman Reigns, they want other wrestlers to come out the back to stop him. Like, no, let Cody have this one. You ain't gonna ruin this one. Da 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 da. On some
You know what I would
locker room
like for this match
solidarity.
though? I
Hmm.
would like them to get all the living NOYE people at the show.
Yeah,
They need to be a part of the
yeah.
entrance at least.
Hmm.
Like they need to walk down with Roman, maybe. Like
Like
they
have
need
them
to.
line the stage or something, or the ramp or something.
I think it's necessary to have the moment for the sake of the story.
Oh yeah,
He's got like his pops is older, Alpha is older. Like, nah, man, let's get them together, just so that you can say, "Yo, man, we had this moment in time where we really told the story our way." You know what I
yeah,
mean? I would love that for them, and then Roman could get beat after, but give
yeah.
them that. I want to see
Yes.
Samu. I want to see Fatu. You know what I mean? I want to see the
Yo,
guys. I want to
Samu.
see
He
the
was the
guys.
one who was Legacy. Samu.
No. That's no. That might have been his kid.
Okay.
Samu was in the Head Shrinkers.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah,
the
yeah,
Kishi's
yeah, yeah,
tag
yeah, yeah,
partner.
yeah, yeah. I'm bugging, but I know they had that one forgotten member of Legacy because it was Cody, Ted DiBiase Jr. and
His name was Manu. Manu. That was his
Manu
name.
was his name. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Manu.
yeah,
Yeah. He didn't
yeah. Bring,
last too long. He
nah,
didn't
he
last too
didn't.
long.
He didn't. Well, bring him out. Shit. And
Nah,
then you
get him
got
in there. Get them dudes.
hell yeah.
Man, was that Snooker's kids? That tag team, and they were like greasers.
Oh, the who Deuce and Domino?
Deuce and Domino.
Oh yeah, they are Snooker's kids.
I think those. I
That's
think those are his
right.
kids. I think so.
And then, well, I don't think Tamina's not. Is Tamina still in the WWE?
They say that she retiring, but like I think she's still with
Okay,
him. I
okay.
feel like she was just in the Royal Rumble. I think
She was in. She was in last. Was she? She was in this year's.
or if she wasn't in this year's, then she was in last year's. Maybe it was
She
last
was.
year's.
She definitely was in last year's. I remember her being in last year's. But yeah,
Yeah,
bring her.
maybe
I mean, the Snookers are like an offshoot. They from the Fiji Islands, so it's like
they cousins.
yeah. And I don't know if
I would love to see Nia Jax low key slide up in there one time.
yeah, but not throw Nia in there. She part of the family. And then I
But
don't think
she's doing well though, man. You know, she got her chamber match coming. But
what you call it? Nah, he wasn't. Was Meng?
Meng is not Samoan, but
No, he's not Samoan. He's
he's a
Tongan.
Jace.
Yeah,
You
because
know what I mean?
his kids are in
New
well, they were
Japan.
in New Japan. Yeah, I think they're free agents now. So we'll see what happens with them. But yeah, man, that press conference, and then everyone talked about how Seth was made to look like a punk. No one, Seth up there like, yo, what about me and my title?
You know what's funny? Hearing them, you know, because in real life, you're not censored, but you have to be
Yeah,
censored. And so he's sitting there, he was yelling, "This is bull crap." I was like, nah, man, that's not what you would say in this situation, you know?
nah, but you got to.
But he's such a company guy. He's like, I can't go over the board. This is bull crap, and you know it.
Nah, but and then Seth, Drew getting on Twitter later to talk shit about Seth.
It's gonna
Listen,
be.
Drew's been on a
I
roll.
know it looked like it was lesser in Seth's case, but there's no way he's gonna allow for him to be a lesser participant. Anything
Oh
going
yeah,
on?
yeah, no.
It'll
Seth
figure itself out.
Seth
It'll
gonna do
figure
it
itself
big.
out.
He gonna do it big.
And they had to justify because you gotta remember there has to be some reluctance from Seth to help Cody in that moment because they not cool.
Yeah,
They got their thing.
yeah.
And so now you heard it justified on this past Monday, as to why he helped. Now we got an understanding, and now
Little subtext, more layers to it. Maybe
now I
I'm
can
the
be more
reason Roman's this
pronounced
way.
when I am supporting you. Now I can not have to play the background. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought it made sense. It didn't really bother me too much. You're not
I
going to give
love
Seth light.
I love that little wrinkle. and then someone played the clip of when Seth turned on the Shield initially, and it's like Roman put the bloodline together because he needed people behind him who wouldn't do that to him again.
Mm-hmm.
And so like this whole, I love that they like, see, yo, listen, WWE is on a roll
Look,
right
man,
now
it's tough.
with the
It's
stories. You see the
it's
commercials
hard. It's
every
hard to
10
watch
minutes.
AEW and be engaged as much, bro. Because I'm like, what's gonna happen this week? Like I'm on that. What's gonna happen this week type shit. Like I don't know what they're gonna do
Yeah.
tonight on SmackDown. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. They
You know
had
what I
to,
mean?
and it's a smooth distraction from the Vince shit too. Like,
Yes, because it's not on our rundown, but
yeah.
I don't know if you saw this video of Ashley Mazzaro's best friend was on some news station
Oh
talking
yeah,
about
yeah, yeah.
uh,
Like
Ashley Mazzaro saying she was raped in the company,
and
and they
they
try to like
buried it. Yeah.
right, and so
And
you
then
know
she ended up committing suicide stemming from the depression that led from that.
right. Which some details she wrote out, or there was a case, or I don't know the
Mm-hmm.
exact details, but there's stuff that came directly from her. I don't know, it's
Yeah.
hard to say what stands in something that's anecdotal because this is just a
Mm-hmm.
woman saying these things. I'm not saying you're not supposed to believe them, but
Yeah.
in terms of like incriminating the people who are involved and things of that nature,
Yeah.
I don't know what stands up in the legal sense. Is all I'm saying, legally.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. You know what I've been saying, man. Keep my man Triple H out of it. I hope Triple H was in it and not in it, because Lord, I don't know what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Triple H, I hope you were. I'm not playing with you, bro. I hope you was good. I hope you were good to these people. I hope you were a humane person. Treated women with respect, please, please,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
'Cause we don't want to lose more.
Yeah. And I wouldn't think Stephanie would marry someone who's of that deviant nature.
Although, in said thing, they said that Vince appointed Stephanie as an exec around that time
Mm-hmm.
and tried to, as a way to help quell the situation with Ashley and give her like some support or something like that.
Oh yeah, like
And
here's a woman you
so
could
her
turn
standing
to.
is that Stephanie knew about the cover up,
Yeah.
but
She was
Megan didn't.
somewhat complicit.
That's the word, complicit. Then, because
Yeah.
it's not, which is unfortunate. It's tough, man. It's tough. I don't know
Yeah.
how you can penalize anybody in these cases. Stephanie don't even work for the company no more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So she got up on out of there, but it's complicated because honestly, it's easy to highlight the professional wrestling business because it's a limited entity. Although it's
Yeah.
been around and it's vast in terms of how long it's been around, but
Mm-hmm.
it's like you can easily just point to WWE because they're the biggest thing in town. But I think
Yeah.
in the world of entertainment, none of this stuff is new, unfortunately. And we're now coming to a time where we can parse things a certain way. And I think anyone that needs to be dealt with should be. And we'll see what continues to happen. That wasn't even on our thing, but I just
Yeah.
had to bring that up because this lady, I just came across an interview last night, and I was like,
Okay.
look, and my dumb ass is sitting there like, hey, just don't say Triple H, don't say Triple H, don't say Triple H. I ain't heard Triple H's name. I was like, whew,
His nose still
road to
clean.
WrestleMania. you
Oh
know?
man. Yeah.
And she said this happened in 2006. So Triple H was wrestling still.
Yeah, he wasn't in an executive role.
He wasn't overseeing anything. So thankfully, so far, and honestly, I have never heard anyone say anything crazy about Triple H, honestly, except that he started fucking with Steph when he was with China.
Yeah, like the ire of most of the Triple H hate on the internet just comes from when they thought he was
burying people in the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That time when he was, well, not more specifically the World Heavyweight Championship run where he was doing shit like feuding with Scott Steiner and then having Poe. He was hurt and he put on weight, but he wouldn't drop the title still. But he was wearing them weird like shorts that he had for a minute because of all the quad injuries he was getting. It was, so that's the era of, because by the time Triple H, that WrestleMania when he lost to Cena,
yes,
Triple H had won the people back. Like I was a
Oh,
big Triple H hater, and I wanted him to beat Cena that night,
that
not
was a
because I
good. That was a
dislike
good
Cena, because that's how
Chicago
much. Hmm.
WrestleMania 22.
Yes,
Great
indeed.
crowd. Great crowd.
Yeah,
Oh
one of my
man.
favorites.
Now I'm thinking about that elbow drop Shawn Michaels did to Vince off that tall ass ladder.
Oh yeah, through
Can't
the
even
trash
live these
can.
things in real life no more. Anyway, um, moving on though, we got the Scott D'Amore firing from TNA. That happened.
Yes,
I
yes,
guess it
which
happened
was
last week.
last week. Yeah, yeah, it happened. I think the day before or 2 days before that press conference, so like Tuesday or Wednesday, they announced it, which was it came as a surprise to us, the fans,
Yeah, because
because of the
TNA was
timing
on
of the
fire
announcement.
mainly because of him, apparently.
Yeah, like so when Anthem bought TNA from Dixie Carter, they like it was basically just another asset for Anthem. They had their own network, Access TV, so they're doing on there. It comes on Thursdays at 10 at 8. So it's not really a competitive time slot. But Anthem didn't really they weren't hands on with the product. There was Scott D'Amore and at the time Don Callis. They were the ones who were rebuilding it before Callis left for
The
AEW.
Jackal.
Yeah. So the reputation TNA had was, listen, like if you go on the internet and you search LOL TNA, there's a whole movement behind it because of stuff TNA used to do back in,
Oh, I remember.
yeah, more specifically the Bischoff Hogan era on until they
The
left. But
band's back together.
yeah. So what Anthem now with the success of TNA, they're getting wrestlers to be in the Rumble, Jordan Grace, things like that.
Mhm.
Anthem, and according to reports, this has been in the works for months. So it's not like all of a sudden it just happened. But Anthem has basically taken a stance that they want to be more hands-on with their entertainment entities. So basically, they've seen what TKO did and Endeavor did with WWE and how they want to be basically incorporated. They want TNA wrestlers on shows, on Access, to do all these crossover brands, and they
Look at you.
figured with that TNA would need a new president. So I believe I can't remember the gentleman's name, but he works for Anthem, and then he was installed as the new president of TNA, and then Scott D'Amore was ousted, and so
But it's like the TKO still had the wherewithal to leave folks in charge of the business that they bought because
yes,
they know the business.
yes,
They
which is
know
why,
that specific beat
mhm,
to
which is
run
why
it
everyone's
properly.
like, this makes no sense. Like you don't have to fire Scott. You could have kept him on as a EVP, executive vice president, and
Or
have him
let them
still
do what
doing his
Triple
thing.
H is doing.
Exactly.
Creative control, whatever, CCO,
Hmm. Yeah. But
you know,
so
chairman, whatever the business is, you know.
yeah, it's crazy. So the apparently the writing's been on the wall for months. So Scott knew for a while that this might happen. So a report came out that he and I don't know which bank specifically, but he got financial backing and made an offer to purchase TNA back from Anthem. But Anthem, they declined the offer, obviously, and they're moving on with their plan. Now, the interesting thing in this is we found out the same way the wrestlers found out. Like the wrestlers were not told of this ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe they had a before last week's Impact, they had a meeting with talent to explain the situation. Apparently, it didn't go well because talent didn't like the wording. They made it seem like Scott left of his own volition instead of being pushed out. There are certain wrestlers who re-signed with Impact in the recent years because of Scott D'Amore. Like
Right.
most notably Moose, who's their world champion right now. He put out a tweet. He was like, "Yo, I'm like basically I'm shutting down for a few days," because he was that upset about the news of Scott D'Amore being fired. And wrestlers are pouring out their support for Scott.
I seen Naomi tweet and she don't ever work there no more.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So he has the full full support of the roster. Now, I don't know if it's going to lead to any kind of exodus when wrestlers' contracts are up, because there's only so many places you can work in the United States, and TNA is still a major televised company. So I think maybe a handful of wrestlers might leave. You know, Jordan Grace going to WWE. Wouldn't be surprised
Come
by
on
that.
now. Come on now. Look at
Moose,
me acting like I know her all my life. Come
I
on.
know, right? Moose
Come
is an
on.
interesting case, because he's had interest from other companies, but just chose to stay with TNA out of loyalty, and he's always been at the top of the card. He could be a main event guy anywhere he went. I don't know if you ever seen Moose wrestle, but
I've only seen like I know he's like really ripped and like I've seen
yeah.
him do some promos. I have not seen him have a match. I'm not really privy to the character.
So he's a former NFL linebacker. He used to play for the Patriots. So fucking 6'3", 6'4",
I hate him
big
already.
physical specimen, but he's hella athletic.
Mm-hmm.
Hella athletic. Like him and Lashley actually hit their spear the same way. They're the only two people I know who do a little somersaults as they hit the spear. And I'm like, yo, these dudes are too big to be moving like that. So Moose is him and
For
Big
some
Bill
reason,
had a tag
a
team.
safer way to hit a spear. I like that
Yeah.
version of the spear.
Yeah. But Moose is the only thing I think people are a little timid on him about is he's friends with like wrestlers who've been accused of certain things. And he's still publicly friends with them. Like he hasn't cast him away. So I think that's why
Who you
certain
cool with that been bad acting, like my grandmother would say? Who bad acting?
is this dude. This dude, he's a trainer mostly. Like he was big on the indies. I can't remember his name, but he's based in Florida. But that's who Moose trained
It's not
with.
the guy who had like the penis gimmick, right?
No, 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 no. No. But
Oh,
this
okay.
guy was accused of being like a pedophile, or like being a predator towards
Oh
like
no,
teenage
no,
girls.
no,
So
Moose,
it's
back off that Moose. Stay
yeah.
away.
Yeah,
No,
Ricochet is friends with the dude too. I remember Ricochet getting in trouble a couple years ago for posting a picture with dude, but
oh God.
Ricochet has since
Ricochet,
publicly distanced
stand next to
himself.
Samantha and back away from the
Yeah,
pedos, man. Back
yeah,
away from the pedos, brother.
but
We don't want that stench upon you.
yeah. So we'll see as time goes on and contracts expire if people will leave because Scott's not there, and then it'll be interesting to see where Scott goes. He has a relationship with WWE, as we saw with the talent exchange. He
Well,
also, yeah, he's
Abyss
also a
is over
close,
there. The mother
yeah,
dude is over there.
and he's close friends with Tony Khan as well. But my thing is, I don't know, because initially TNA had that partnership with AEW where Kenny Omega was like the TNA champion and everything, but since then they haven't really done anything. So I don't know if that was a business thing or maybe a personal thing, but
Mhm.
I could see I wouldn't, no matter where he goes, he'd be an asset.
I
Like,
agree.
I guess the thing would you want to be part of a creative team in WWE, or just one of, I think, because in AEW I believe it's only Tony, and Brian Danielson really who like handle the booking. So I think he'd have more power booking in AEW, but then again, it's ultimately what he wants to do. Like he's not going to be want for a job, so
Right.
we know that. So,
I agree with you.
but yeah, we'll see how that goes, and we'll see how it goes with Anthem trying to be this, basically trying to
Conglomerate.
brand themselves after the way TKO Endeavor's been doing now. So
Keep
we'll
the people
see.
that know wrestling doing wrestling stuff, Anthony. Stop
Yes,
playing.
and it would help if people had access TV.
Yeah,
Like,
focus on that. Fuck, I
yeah,
can't get
because
access on Optimum.
where I had it for a while, and then Verizon dropped it. They didn't renew their contract with Verizon, so it's like you're in less house. Like, focus
Hey,
on getting the product in more televisions and more houses before you start thinking about, you know, conglomerizing everything and shit like that. But whatever, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see. Take care of that in the
um,
editing bay.
you know what I mean? Slam of the week for me, what stood out to me this week
Hmm.
was a fun match I watched with Bronson Reed and Bobby Lashley for like Elimination Chamber qualifying.
I watched that match.
Again, big meaty men slapping meat.
You know it.
Pause. And I people I know Bronson Reed takes L's, but I like his matches, yo.
Yeah. So
They're a lot of fun.
so people were questioning, Bronson Reed being from Australia, why wouldn't he be in a chamber? But I read that I think his wife is pregnant and should be expecting soon. So I think he wants to be with her.
Oh, so he's gonna risk. He's not gonna go home. Okay, wow,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's love.
Yeah. If it's his first kid, you got to do it. And then we in the business now where you can step away and do that now. Gone
Yeah,
are the
not like
days
when
where
that other
wrestlers were
guy
missing that.
is around.
Yeah, yeah. So, but
Yeah,
I saw that match too. Um, yo,
it's fun.
Lashley,
He's
he
fun.
strong, man. That man is strong as I'm talking about, just
He
pure
did a
big
he
boy
did a
strength.
vertical suplex on him.
Yes,
I was like
just
off the
straight
vert.
off the verse, straight pull him off the mat.
I
No,
was like, oh my god.
that
I
dude.
remember Jim Ross would always say like, yo, if you're a big dude in the ring, like
Hmm.
the simplest stuff can come off impactful. Just do the
Yeah,
simple stuff right.
yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you don't have to do a lot of flying off no ropes. Be like, you're just strong. If you could pick this other dude up, I
Do
was
it.
like, oh, when he did that, I was like, oh, this is a match. Let me watch
Hell
this.
yeah. Hell
I gotta
yeah.
check this. Oh, forget it.
Nah, that was a
That
good
was my
match.
pick, man.
I
Nothing
loved
too
it.
deep. I just enjoyed the match. It was good.
Yeah. I'm trying to watch more of Raw. Like now with no Monday Night Football and stuff, and the Monday basketball games are kind of eh. I'm trying to
Yeah.
tune more into Raw now. But my slam of the week is gonna be from last week's Dynamite. Um, that Swerve and Hangman match. Woo! Then we went to a 30-minute draw. It
I'm
opened.
about
It
to say,
opened up
like, I don't
Dynamite.
remember hearing what happened with it. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It went to a 30-minute
Oh,
draw.
that's why they both ended up in the ring with Samoa Joe this week.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
So that match, like those two have great chemistry, just like in ring. Like it
Mm-hmm.
is, it's, and I feel like it's a testament to both of them. I feel like they both can wrestle with anybody, like style wise. Like so, it's not surprised that they mesh together. But they really putting a lot into this feud because remember, this shit only started in like October.
Yeah.
Like so, this beef has been brewing. It's been a short time that this feud has been going, but it's been like they've been invested in it, and I'm loving the way it's like it started off like Swerve broke into Hangman's house, so Hangman is obviously in the right. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the quote unquote good guy in the situation. But as it's going on,
Mm-hmm.
Hangman's been so like after their death match, Hangman's been so focused on crushing Swerve's dreams that he's becoming more and more unhinged. Like just like and it's helped because a lot of people say Hangman doesn't really show any range or personality, and this is him getting to really like
You're right about
show a
that. I
different
might have
side
been
of
one of those
himself.
people.
Yeah, the mustache doesn't, man. Mustache, you grow that out, you become a
They also
lunatic.
have him walking out randomly like he's Roderick Strong,
Yeah, yeah, like just coming out interrupting people, and the whole
Yes. Yeah.
and so the match was great, amazing match, 30 minutes. It went to a draw. Swerve begging Hangman for 5 more minutes, and Hangman saying no, no. He's like, you had to beat me to win. You didn't beat me. That's it. It's over for your dream. You're done. Then they announced the 3-way, and Hangman go, he didn't beat me, just straight losing his mind as he's going back up the ramp. That for me is like that's what AEW people think AEW needs more of, like that kind of storytelling in the match and post match, everything like that. But just like the match itself was just really good pay-per-view quality stuff. So that's my slam of the week. Otherwise, it would have been maybe that death match from this week's with Orange
Some
Cassidy.
wild bumps in that shit this week.
Yo, I seen that man dive through that table. I was like, bro, what? What?
and whatever color that uh, Orange Cassidy did, that nigga, he was gushing. Pause. Like
Yo,
he was.
and it was like from the corner of his head too, so it's different than what we're used to seeing
Uh,
visually. Yeah,
that's not a bad choice. That's not a bad
yeah.
choice at all. Um, to run through a couple of these, I'll try to make it a little bit quick.
Hmm.
But uh, how you feeling about the Young Bucks turn and their build to Sting's last match?
Um, it's interesting. Like they're leaning into the whole. They're basically embodying everything like people on the internet said about them, like post CM Punk scrum, and adding that to their character. So I like that. I don't know if you noticed they shave. They got the little. They shave their shit like
Soul
Sting does
patch.
now. The little soul patch to mock
Yeah.
Sting. I like that. I like Darby's promo. Um,
People got a little issue with it, but it'll
yeah,
pass.
yeah, it'll pass. I think the biggest issue was like he didn't mention the actual beatdown that happened last week, which I could see. It was a major beatdown, so I can see why people are like, how do you not even mention that? Like they bloodied Sting, they fucking beat up his sons, everything. So, but other than that, yeah, I think it's cool. The Bucks are they're in that weird spot where they're like they don't feel like main event, but like they're trying to. I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it, but like I'm
Well,
not upset with it.
well, they've always been cool to me, but I'm not like a head over heels Bucks guy.
Yeah.
They don't look imposing enough for you
Hmm.
to feel that way.
Yeah.
That's all it really is. They don't look imposing. Their style is not aggressive enough for you
Hmm.
to feel that way. They're kind of cocky, arrogant. When they're heels, they're more chicken shitty than like
Yeah. They got to lean into
you
like the
know.
douchebaggery of it. That's what they got to do.
Yes. So like the antics, like wearing the suits with the blood on it and stuff like
Hmm.
that. That's what they got. That's how they have to lean into. So that's why you don't feel like this main event. It also happened pretty quickly. Like
Yeah.
for a
Yeah.
non-tag team wrestler to have a last match be a tag team match, it does feel very.
Yeah.
Although he's been tagging with Darby for the most part for
Hmm.
his time in AEW, I think most people would have guessed he'll try to pull off one single match as the one to go out
Yeah.
on, and so that's not happening. And so in walks this team that they believe can give them that last match
Hmm.
to a point or to a level that's palatable,
Yeah.
and that's what they have to work with. But it's just if them they can be heels, but when you want to talk about main event level, if anything, it's just gonna take a little time. It's too rushed for you to be that invested
Yeah.
in them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's kind of how I look at it.
Yeah. Because like they debut with these gimmicks just as like maybe a week or two before confronting
Yeah,
Sting and Darby. So yeah, it's still fresh.
this
So we'll see how
barely
it
might be a
goes.
month of them acting like this.
Yeah.
So you know.
We'll see
And
how
I
it
don't know when
goes.
this thing's last match is, but I feel like it's coming soon. And
It's Revolution is in March.
okay,
I
and
cannot
then
remember the date.
Mercedes Monet coming after that. So
Yeah.
okay, well, all the best this thing again, man. Good stuff.
Yeah.
We kind of touched on Swerve, but my short question is just: do you think he goes over in the triple threat? Do you think his time really is now or no?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. I think they need
You
to
think he the next man up?
he'll be the next man up to win it. He just won't win it now. I
Okay.
think Joe needs to have a bit of a longer run, I feel like. And then with the way, especially with the way the promo happened this past week, I think what they're doing is they're gonna make it as far as the match at Revolution goes. I think the story will be Hangman and Swerve. Well, Swerve will be trying to win the belt. Hangman will be so focused on preventing Swerve from winning the belt, Swerve will have to turn his attention to Hangman. And then in the midst of all that, Joe is gonna end up winning because those two can't stop fucking with each other long enough to realize, yo, we trying to win a championship. This is a title match. And then how it goes from there, we'll see. I'm trying to remember. I want to say double or nothing the next pay-per-view after this.
Oh,
I
that
can't
I
I,
can't. I can't call that.
I can't remember what the next pay-per-view. I believe it'll be the next pay-per-view where Swerve will win. How they build that match, we'll see. We'll find out. They basically had to do a double turn last week because the fans would not stop cheering Swerve, and they just won't stop booing Hangman. So it's a natural alignment. So we'll see. But yeah, I don't think he wins at Revolution. I believe it'll be the next pay-per-view down the line.
And do you think they close the show or Sting and Darby and Young Bucks?
Sting will close the show. Sting will close the show. It's they sold the show based on Sting's retirement, so he better close the show. Like that was the only match announced before tickets went on sale. Like Sting was gonna have his last match there, and they sold out in a week because of that. So
Wow. Okay.
I believe Sting ends the match. They give him the fanfare. Now I think he loses them. It's tough because you put the titles on him. It feels like they have to lose the match because if they win, it's just Darby floating around trying to look for a partner, which I
hope
guess
that they
could be a cool
lose.
story.
I hope Sting can lose.
Mhm.
I just want him to lose in such a horrible way. Like I want them to heal it up. I want
Yeah.
even in his
Okay.
loss, I
Yeah.
want the numbers to have so much heat. How could you do it
Mhm.
this way? Like here's Jim Ross, not like this,
Yeah.
not like
Yeah.
this. And then let them go and leave, and then of course he'll lay in the ring for a little while, and then they start clapping, and then you can do.
Hmm.
But I want them if they're gonna lose, heal it up.
Yeah.
Get the most out of it that you can. When you can't, that's the most juice you're gonna get from that orange ever, right now.
Yes.
It's over.
Yeah.
So
And then we'll see.
establish that and do it. I'm not mad at it.
Other than that, I'm interested in seeing if Sting will come out in anything other than going to pick up some Black and Miles outfit.
Dog.
It's getting more and more regular every week.
Dog.
It used to
I
be
don't even know
tights.
where did this look come from, son? This dude is in cargos, Dickies.
I know, right? A fucking bomber jacket. Even though I love the bomber jacket, I need to see that coat. I need to see the long coat one more time.
Like, come on, son. What are we doing?
Just do it for the culture,
This
man.
dude is Eddie Kingston out here, man. Come on.
Word. And then we
Come
see.
on.
And then I want to know what death defying, well, not death defying, what unnecessary dive will he do one last time? Because the man is just like,
we're gonna get like 8 stinger splashes in this match.
oh hell yeah.
But you know what? I'm also gonna say that I might have said it before too. Before I get to the last point, just it really is. I think time for him, man, because he's definitely moving slower now.
Yeah.
Like it is time for him. If he wants to pop back out here and there, I'm not mad.
Mhm.
But like, I think it is time for him, man. He looks more exhausted in the matches, so I'm like, okay, cardio is like, so no doubt. But he gave it all he could, and I'm always gonna be a Sting fan. So that's all.
Hell yeah.
Just generally speaking, what do you think will happen at the Elimination Chamber? Admittedly, I can't tell you. I don't really know. I don't know who. They say Becky might win the women's chamber.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they pushing that. I don't know. Maybe Drew comes out of the men's chamber. But in regards to like the main event, in regards to the main event WrestleMania, or if The Rock will have anything to do with stuff there, I'm at a loss.
I don't know. So I was leaning towards Drew winning the chamber because he's just been on fire lately.
Mm-hmm.
But like the internet has slightly convinced me a little bit, put a bug in my ear that maybe Sammy. Wait, did Sammy lose his qualifying match?
I don't think so.
Or did
I
he
think
even have? I
Sammy.
don't think he didn't have one yet, did he? I don't think he had one yet.
No, Sammy had a match with Nakamura just on some grudge shit,
Okay,
and Drew
okay,
McIntyre interfered.
yeah, okay.
But Sammy would his goal is to be a champion now. Is his new thing.
Mhm. So I
Empty
don't.
arenas and interviews for Sammy.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn.
So I don't know if they. So it wouldn't be shocking to me if he came out, but my favorite is Drew. Um,
Okay.
for the women's, I was leaning towards Becky. As soon as Becky and Rhea had that promo a couple weeks ago, I was like, it's gonna be Becky versus Rhea at Mania. Like that's your because you got what Bailey versus EO.
EO,
You know
give
the
me that
fans are gonna
pixie
be
cut, Bailey. Give me that pixie.
listen. The fans are gonna be super invested in that, and so I think unless you do, like, I don't see Bianca getting another title match at Mania. I think there might be a little Bianca fatigue as far as like having a title match at Mania.
That's okay.
Um, yeah. So,
She's
but yeah,
undefeated though. They're gonna find some reason for her to win. I don't see a
yeah,
reason for her to lose yet.
yeah, yeah. Especially it's time to get like let's start getting that her and Jade in a tag match, maybe. Um, maybe have them versus the Kabuki Warriors for the
I think part of
belts.
the story will be like, I'm always in a title match at WrestleMania. Like I can't go another year and not have one,
Yeah,
and then find a way
yeah.
to a tag team title match. It's like, boom.
That's what I would like to see. Um, I don't know. See, I thought they would do Jay versus Gunther at the Chamber, but I think it's going to be on Raw. They're going to do that match on Raw for the IC
They might
title.
do a rematch, but look. Jay Uso's cool, man. I do not want him to break Gunther record, bro.
Nah, Gunther been on fire, man.
I
Gunther,
do not want him to break Gunther's record. It's nothing against Jay, bro. I just want
yeah,
someone else. I just want someone else to win it. That's all. But we'll
mhm,
see what happens.
yeah.
America loves to do this. I didn't realize how much
Listen,
they love this,
and Pat
and
McAfee amping it up too.
and that really might be a big reason as to why Jay Uso
Yeah,
might win the Intercontinental title
yeah.
because they pan the camera out and every middle
Everyone's doing
class
it,
white
bro.
American is
Don't even
so.
know. Don't even know what yeet means or where it came from, but
Bruh,
they with it.
bruh.
They with the yeet movement. Um,
I
yeah,
mean,
but that's a
I never even say that shit. I don't even know where that came from my damn self. But must be a West
yeet.
Coast thing.
Yeet is it's a sound effect. It's like when you throw something. Like I think someone was throwing like a kid into a little pool and it was like yeet. Like you just toss them, yeeting them into something.
I do
But
remember that. I do remember that.
yeah.
Cause
But
people would do like dances to it and like
yeah,
they would
yeah,
get
the
heated.
yeet, yeah, do shit like
Yeah.
that. But I'm the interesting about Chamber is so outside of the Chamber matches, and I've only been watching like full on Raw for the like last 2-3 weeks. I don't see them building up any other matches for the pay per view.
Right. So I
Like
don't
they
know.
have,
I wasn't looking for a rundown though. I just was wondering if you had an idea
yeah,
what would happen.
but yeah, like
Um.
that's interesting. Like they haven't announced outside of the Chamber matches, nothing else has been announced.
Oh, and the Grayson Waller is gonna have a Grayson Waller effect with
Okay,
Cody and Seth, which will be
okay,
very entertaining.
yeah.
Also
He's
means they're
Australian
probably
too,
not going to
right?
wrestle, huh? Yeah,
He's Australian. Yeah, okay.
so it'll be fun. It'll be fun, yo. I may have to
Uh,
abruptly sign off today
yeah,
because I gotta make a run. But this was fun, man.
yeah.
Let's see what happens on SmackDown
Hmm.
tonight.
Yeah, no collision this weekend due to All Star Weekend.
I saw that, yo. Ain't that funny? I was like, damn, they kicked y'all asses out.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh, and then the other joint, I think Rampage starts earlier
yeah. It's gonna be on at 7 tonight.
tonight. So yeah, but we'll reconvene next week.
Hmm.
We'll see what SmackDown gives us, and if we could get something in either before Raw next week or after, we have a better
Word.
idea what the hell Elimination Chamber looking like.
Yeah,
Maybe a little bit better idea what WrestleMania looking like. The Rock is on SmackDown tonight. Feels like electrifying, as they say.
Word, word.
So it should be cool, man.
Yeah. Oh, one quick second. You seen that new everyone going crazy over that new NXT chick? Jada something.
I
Yo,
gotta go look. Is it one
son.
of the people they're like, oh, Shawn Michaels did it again?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'll tag you in it on X. I'll tag you in it on X. But Jada something, Jaida.
Uh, let's see.
Let me see.
Is it Jada Parker?
Yeah. Yeah, Jada Parker.
Jaida?
Yeah.
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 HBK. HBK.
You see it.
HBK.
You see it.
HBK. Yes, brother. Yes, brother. Let me get it. Let me go. Let me. Yes, yes, brother.
We see the vision, bro. We see the vision.
Nah,
None but
look, man.
IG baddies,
There's a
man.
reason why HBK is my favorite of all time, man. We got similar tastes. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Well,
The
we say
beauty of
that.
it is like he's just sitting there like I'm not blind. I'm like I'm married. I'm not
Yeah,
blind.
exactly,
Like
exactly.
yeah.
He know. And look, the streets is talking about her. She trending topic, and she only got 4 matches, maybe 5 under her belt.
Hey man. Hey man. Strap her to the rocket ship.
Listen, that also says a lot about the wrestling community.
Well,
Yeah,
this we know. I mean,
yeah,
we're clever about it. Some of them are creepy about it, but
yeah,
this we know.
yeah.
This we know.
That's true. But with that being said, we are out, and we will see you next time.
Yeah, we'll figure
Peace.
out a correct sign off. But until
Word.
next time, America.
Peace.